Hi everyone, in today's video I will show you how to work with XML data in PowerShell. So in this video I will show you how to work with XML data in PowerShell. It is pretty easy because PowerShell has native support for XML, allowing you to treat XML as structured objects. And I will cover in this video type acceleration, the Select-Xml command, the queries, and how to read configuration files. So first of all, we have to create the example of XML file. So we will do new item and, for example, config.xml. Now we will edit that with Notepad, it will be easier, and I will show you how to write the basic syntax in XML. So config.xml. And now, we will do the config. So, it is pretty, I would say, similar to HTML. In HTML, you are doing, so for example, h1, and you have to close h1, like this. Then, in XML, it works very similar. So, I will do, for example, config and config. And so, this will be our first thing in XML. Then inside of this config we will create, for example, the config for database, so database, and here we'll add the database, but we will close that. And inside of this database we will do, for example, server, which will be localhost, and we will close that server, and we will do, for example, the port, which will be, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, it doesn't really matter, and we will close that port. So this is the simple XML file. I can save that. How to convert it into a XML in PowerShell? Because if I will do something like this, get content, I am actually going to print, so config.xml, I am actually going to print this file, but I want to convert it into the PowerShell object. We can do it by doing something like this. So we have to create XML variable, or you can name it however you want to, it doesn't really matter. I will do it XML because it looks nice in terms of this tutorial. And now we have to convert it to XML like this. So sometimes you are specifying the string, sometimes you are specifying the integer. In that case you have to specify XML. Now you have to do equal, and now you have to do get content, and from this config.xml file you can press enter, and now you can actually print this XML variable, and as you can see we are getting the PowerShell object. And now we can actually access these values with the dot notation. So we can access the XML variable, then we have to access the config, the database, and then the server. If I will press server, if I will press enter, I am printing the localhost. And we can do the same thing, but with the port. So config, database, and port, like this. And we are printing this 1, 2, 3, 4. What will happen if I will call the just xml.config? As you can see, we are printing something what is the under it. So we are basically printing the child of this element in the, I would say, IT way. So this is the parent, this is the child, and if I will do, for example, config.database, we are printing two childs of it. So this is how it works. Now I will show you how to modify XML. So let's say that we want to change, for example, this the server from localhost to some IP address. We can do it. So we can do XML, like this, XML of course, dot config dot database dot server of course, and then we can just specify the value. So I will do, for example, 197.0.0.127.0.0.1, this is a loopback address, and I can press enter. Now if I will call this port, I mean server, we have this thing right there. We can try to call the get content with the config, so get and content with the config.xml, as you can see, we still have localhost. So we can try to save it. So XML save config.xml, and now we can try to get content. And as you can see, it is not changing. So I guess it is not changing by this into this file. So this is how it works. And now I will show you something what we call XPath, and we will use Select-Xml with XPath. So it is, I think, more flexible for querying. So we can do something like this: Select-Xml minus, and we can specify the path. We have to specify the name of our file, and then we will do X and path, and we will do, for example, this database and server. We can close that, and as you can see, what we are doing, it allows us to do the precise selection, because we have the node, we have the path, and we have the pattern, and we can actually attach this comment to the variable. So let's say that result will equal to this Select-Xml with the path of config.xml with the XPath of database/server, like this. And now I can press enter, and I can do with this result something like this. So node and inner text, and as you can see, we are getting a localhost from there, because we had the localhost inside of this file. So this is how does it work. You can, of course, change it to, for example, port, and it will also work, I think, but I'm not going to change that. You can do it on your own. And now I will show you how to write, how to work with attributes in XML. So I will edit that file again. So notepad, for example, config.xml, and we will add one more option, which will be, or maybe I will just remove that, or no, I will just remove that. So let's do something like this. Let's remove the whole file, and now let's do the user name equals admin, and role equals root, like this, and we have to close that, of course. We can save that, and now we have to again, I can close that, and again we will find this comment that we did at the beginning of the video. So it was this, and now if I will print this XML, I have the user, and now I can actually call the user xml.user and that name. As you can see, we are printing admin, and I can call the role, and as you can see, we are printing root. So this is how it works, and this is how you can work with XML in the PowerShell. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next videos.